Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. How is everyone this evening? It is good to be back. I missed you last week, but here we are. We are gathered here in the sanctuary and at home on this rainy and cold Shabbat together, which is the most important thing. And we have a lot to celebrate. We are celebrating being together. We are celebrating Shabbat, and we are celebrating the bar mitzvah of Zachary Nathanson, which begins the Shabbat, which is very exciting. And so first we set our intention, we set our time together. So let's take a first deep breath in and release. And a next deep breath, as we breathe out, release the week, the busyness, the stress, the anxiety. Breathe it in and then let it all go. And with this next breath, we breathe in the sweetness, the sweet smell, the sweet spice that can only come on Shabbat. And we are going, oh, my battery is red.
Oh, lovely.
Of course it is.
Yes.
So, and we are, Lori, would you mind? You'll have to find John. Thank you, Lori. We are going to start with an opening song that's actually not found in your prayer book. And what's perfect is that I need to go pass them out, so I don't need a microphone right now.
That's true.
It's called Buen Shabbat, and you will see it on the slides, and I'm going to walk around and hand them out.
And when you come back, just grab this
Yes,
and you'll be
and
good.
will you tell them a little bit about it before you start?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So, Buen Shabbat is, I don't know how many of you recognize the language. It is not strictly Spanish. It is called Ladino, which is the language of, for example, the Serbian Jews and some of the Sephardic Jews. And there is a wonderful musician, passed away last year, over the age of 100, named Flori Jagoda, who wrote many of our Ladino songs, and we've come to enjoy this one, so I hope you like the sort of Latin-y rhythm of it. Let's sing it together. Yes, and you will have the words momentarily. Buen Shabbat, con salud y vida. Buen Shabbat a toda la familia. Buen Shabbat, con salud y vida. Años muchos, con paz y alegría. So Rabbi is coming back, but her mic is a little, yeah. So here you go. So we turn now. You are on.
So we turn now to our
Now you're on.
candles and Kiddush. Here, John. Thank you. We turn now to candles and Kiddush. It is an honor for me to invite forward the Nathanson family, to invite forward our bar mitzvah celebrant, Zachary, with his parents, Randy and David, and his brothers, Jesse and Micah. They are going to lead us in candles and Kiddush. You're going to come step right in the middle, and that microphone is ready for you. We have it set, ready to go, nice and warm and hot, ready to go.
Come on over. You can just gather right around.
Who's going to do the first part of the reading?
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give us light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Do you want me to start? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The heaven and the earth were finished, in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
I want to take the Kiddush cup and here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Barei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'chata biotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Chaim. Can you put the cup down? Mazel tov. You guys can have a seat. Microphone has magically reappeared. Woohoo! Our opening reading is found on page 7. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. We turn now to the Baruch Hu, which is our call to worship. It says to ourselves and to God that we are ready to pray. We turn to page 28. We rise in body or in spirit.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
Mari Varavim is found on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We turn to the Shema, page 34 and 35, the watchword of our faith. We recite together, we sing together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha Veshinantam levanecha, vedibarta bam, beshivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vaderech, uvshochbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, vehayuletotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, Uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Michamocha is found on page 40. Michamocha is our song of freedom the Israelites sang when they crossed the Red Sea, when they knew that they were no longer enslaved by Pharaoh. It's a song of memory, and it's a song of this moment. It's a song of remembering when the Israelites were slaves. We are not Israelites, and yet we remember every week that we were once slaves. Why do we remember every week that we were once slaves? So that we remember and have the compassion and the empathy and the sympathy that is necessary to help others so that they are not slaves themselves. We sing page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי.
The words for Hashkivenu are found on page 42. The song that we'll sing has slightly different words, but the sentiment is the same. Hashkivenu is our evening lullaby. It is asking for God to provide protection for us as the sun sets. It is one of our oldest prayers. It was probably written around 800 Common Era, and it was written as a protection, as an opportunity for us to ask for God to be with us as the night fell, so that when we lay down in the night, we would wake up knowing that God was present for us. Those of us at home have it on a slide. Those of us here in the sanctuary have the full prayer in front of us. We sing together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. Amen. Amen.
The Shamru is on page 44, or on the next slide that you'll see. It is a reminder that Shabbat is a gift, that no matter how we spend our time during the week, we need this breath of air, this differentiation in time this acknowledgement that time is sacred. And so we sing Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We turn now to the tefillah, which is the center of our liturgy on Shabbat evening. It's my pleasure to invite our bar mitzvah celebrant, Zachary Nathanson, to come forward. He is going to lead us in the tefillah, which begins on page 46 and continues through page 52. He's going to lead us on the first in the intention. We call it the first prayer. It's really us. You're going to come stand over here where the microphone is just for you. It's really the sort of setting the stage for the tefillah. Page 48 is the Avot V'Givurot, reminder of the Avot V'Imahot. I just combined two prayers into one. The Avot V'Imahot, which is a reminder of our forefathers and foremothers, those upon whose shoulders we stand. The Givurot is God's strength. And then I think Deb is going to help us out with the sanctity of Shabbat. So please rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zoher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechokel Chaim V'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rufei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, לשני עפר, מחמוך בעל גבורה, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיים, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. That was excellent.
Wow. I think I may not have a job in a little while.
And we'll hear more tomorrow. It has become a really beautiful custom for us to take just a moment of pause to give thanks. Our rabbis programmed, for lack of a better word, opportunities for us to give thanks throughout all of our services, in fact, all of the moments of our day, from when we wake up first thing in the morning until we go to bed, knowing that we are more likely to kvetch or complain than we are to extol and give thanks. And so in this point in the service, we are to give thanks. In the traditional prayer, it's called Modim. And here we're just going to take a moment to think about all of the blessings, all of the joys, all of those moments of gratitude for our week. And if you're sitting near someone, if you want to reach over your chair and just tell them something beautiful, something you're grateful for that happened during this week, please do that while we're singing Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha Yisrael bechol eitu vechol shah v'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Just as there are many blessings in our lives, there are also struggles. And so we take a moment now to think of all of those whom we love, who are in pain, who are in need of healing, whether it be a healing of body or a healing of spirit. And so as my hand passes over the congregation of those of you present, I invite you to say aloud the names of those whom you love who are struggling, whether it be struggling with physical illness, mental illness, spiritual struggle of any kind. If you are at home and praying with us on whatever platform, whether it be Facebook or our website or on YouTube, please use the chat and lift up the names of those whom you love. If you need the prayer for healing, it can be found on page 253. Please share names at this time as my hand passes over the congregation.
Jane, Michael, and Tom.
We join together in healing song.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments for silent prayer and reflection. Well, it's unlikely that this is the first English translation of the Torah, of the Hebrew Bible. In 1535, a man named Miles Coverdale published the first ever translation of the Hebrew Bible into English. And while he was working on it, he came to the word chesed, and he realized that there was no great English translation for the word. He did this a number of times. We're still working on great translations for a lot of the words. And to translate the word chesed, he coined the term, a new term, loving kindness. That word had never existed before. And so we now translate the word chesed as loving kindness. The word chesed, or loving kindness, appears 4 times in this week's Torah portion, Chai Sarah, perhaps more often in this Torah portion than in any Torah portion in the entire Torah. And so I thought it was worth a little bit of exploring of the word chesed. It appears the most in this particular narrative, in one small piece of the Torah portion. And it's a strange little section. Abraham tells his trusted servant, Eliezer, to go back to his native homeland in Aram and find a wife for his son Isaac. Abraham gives Eliezer some very particular instructions about what she should look like, what lineage she should come from, but not very much to go on. So as Eliezer leaves on his journey to find this wife, he offers a prayer to God, saying, God of my master Abraham, make me successful, this is my translation, and show chesed to my master Abraham. When I am standing beside a spring, and the daughters of the townspeople are coming out to draw water, may it be that when I say to a young woman, please let down your jar that I may have a drink, may she say, drink, and I'll water your camels too. Let her be the one you have chosen for your servant Isaac. In this way, I will know that you will have shown chesed, loving kindness, to my master. This is how I will know she is to be the wife for Isaac. Eliezer offers this prayer, and he sets forth, and this is exactly what happens. He finds Rebekah at a spring, and this is exactly what she does. The rest is history. So at first glance, when looking at this prayer, it might appear that what he wants is someone who will simply be a servant to run and fetch water for Isaac. In fact, Malbim, a medieval commentator, covers this idea as he imagines Rebekah could have responded to Isaac's request. Imagine Rebekah standing at a spring, at a water, and hearing Isaac's request, and she could say, this involves a considerable amount of exertion, lowering the jar from my shoulder to my hand, and so she could say, why don't you just get it yourself? Just get the jar and leave me out of it. I love that Malbim in the medieval era says and imagines Rebekah as fierce and independent. It's fantastic to me. Malbim was demonstrating that Eliezer was not looking for a servant, because anyone can get their own water. When Eliezer did arrive at the spring with his camels, all very thirsty, Rebekah did hurry to take the jar and offer Eliezer and the camels water. And she did so, it seems, tirelessly until all the animals and Eliezer were satiated. She did so with kindness and with caring, she did so with chesed. This seems to be Rebekah's most important trait. It seems that what Eliezer was looking for was chesed, was loving kindness. A commentary imagines that Rebekah was waiting at the well, looking for opportunities to do chesed. She was waiting for people to help. Imagine if we too sought out opportunities for chesed. Imagine if we went out of our way to support the needy, to be present for the grief-stricken, to welcome the stranger, to bring smiles to our neighbors. Imagine what we could accomplish. So Eliezer, in setting this up and offering this prayer, was helping Abraham to do something extraordinary, to go beyond the superficial and to look for what was so deeply ingrained in her character. A number of years ago, Rabbi Menachem Creditor wrote a song, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. The words are, I will build this world in love. You must build this world in love. If we build this world in love, then God, too, will build this world in love. Rabbi Creditor wrote this song for his daughter, who was born right after September 11th, 2001. He was thinking about the world she would grow up in. He was worried. He saw hatred and violence and suffering, and instead he wanted her to grow up in a world of chesed, a world of loving kindness. Creditor recognized that to build a world of chesed starts with each one of us, starts with a Rebekah. When we build a world seeking loving kindness, when we share goodness with those we encounter, we make the world around us a little bit brighter, and in turn, we encourage each of us to do the same. And so in thinking about chesed and thinking about this trait that the medieval commentators imagined Rebekah had, we are going to sing this song. You have it in your handout. It's the second song in your handout, and it should be soon on your screen if Jacob didn't already beat me to it. And Deb, I think, is going to teach a little bit of it.
I am going to teach a little bit. The words are not hard, and the music is pretty easy and very pretty to sing. So first we're going to do it on a lie, okay? So repeat after me. Lie, 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 now you. Lie, 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 very good. Yeah, la, lie, 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 lie. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Now let's put those two together. Here we go. Lie, 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 lie. Yeah, la, lie, 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 yeah, la, lie, lie. Good. Do it one more time. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Yeah, la, lie, yeah, lie, 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 lie. Now we're going to climb up a little bit higher. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Now you. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Whoops. There we go. And then the second line is the same as before. Yeah, la, lie, 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 lie. Up high again. Yeah, lie, 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 lie. Yeah, la, lie, 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 yeah, lie, lie, lie. Now you know the whole song, so all you have to do then is add the words to it, which are Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Repeat after me. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Now the I lies again. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Now sing it. Here we go. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Very good. Ya la 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 la. I bet you know what's coming. Here we go up high. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. One more time up high. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 la. All right, so we're going to do that again. I'm going to start it over again, and then we're going to add the other words in English, which I don't think you need to practice. I think you can do that without practice. Here we go. So let's start with the eyelids. We're going to go all the way through together. And let's think about building this world with love. If all of us do it together, we can get there. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Olam chesed, olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. I will build this world from love. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. And you must build this world from love. Ya la la ya la ya la la la. And if we build this world from love, ya la 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 la, then God will build this world from love. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Olam chesed, olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. Olam chesed yibaneh. Ya la 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 ya la la la. They did a great job.
They did. And imagine what we can build together. Speaking of building together, that is actually the theme of the Aleinu. Aleinu, the word Aleinu comes from the word aliyah, which means to go up. And when we go up, we build with God the most perfect world that we can imagine. And so we turn to the Aleinu, which is found on page 283 and 287. Please rise in body or in spirit. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
We turn now in our service to our time of remembering. Our memorial meditation can be found on page 288. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shloshim, in the first month since their death, Jack Kossover, Cheryl Sitnick. And we remember the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of death that we mark on this Shabbat. Eleanor Jean Andelman, Douglas M. Auerbach, Elsie S. Bamberger, Rachel Cohen, Hugh Daniso, Mary M. Dettelbach, Rose Flom Dick, Julian B. Galvin, Herbert Gansman, Robert J. Glick, Louis Golenberg, Bill Green, Rabbi Moses J. Grease, Wilbur A. Groden, Raymond G. Grover, Alfred W. Heyman, Amelia Klein, Esther B. Lebby, Olga Leonard, Arthur M. Lindheim, Edith Miller Lyons, Ruth Cohen Mendelson, David Nozick, Bertram Nussbaum Jr., Samuel Lewis Reinschreiber, Jane Weil Solomon, Adele Spiegelman. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we join together in the Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitgadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute, b'chayachon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Viet Hadar, Viet Taleh, Viet Talal, Shemeh Dukudisha Bereku, Le'ela Minkol, Berchata Veshirata, Tush Bechata Venechemata, Da Amiran Bialma, V'imru, Amen, Yehe Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Osei Shalom Bimromav, Huya Asei Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and give comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, Amen. Please be seated. It's my pleasure to invite Shelley Nair to come forward to offer some greetings and announcements. She is the current president of Kol Nashim, the women of Suburban Temple, Kol Ami. You can head right over there, your very own microphone.
Shabbat Shalom. Tonight we'd like to thank those who've helped make this service so beautiful, to Rabbi Van for leading us in prayer and for her meaningful words, to Deb Rogers for her beautiful music and ever-present ruach, to Jacob Rogers who puts this all together with his wonderful technical support. We are very fortunate here at Suburban Temple Kol Ami to have a dedicated staff, volunteers, and leadership to enhance our Shabbat every week. We would like to wish Zachary Mazel Tov on his upcoming bar mitzvah tomorrow, and if tonight's preview was any indication, it will be a wonderful day. We'd like to thank his parents. We'd like to congratulate his parents, Randy and David, his brothers, Jesse and Micah, and his entire family. And Micah, you get the A for creativity. Just a few announcements. The second trimester of our tent starts this Sunday. There are still spaces open. So if you are interested in taking a class for us, please go to the temple with us, go to the temple website. Youth group will have a wonderful event called Golems and Goblins, and our multi-talented Jacob Rogers will be leading the event right after our tent on Sunday. And next Friday is Come Grow With Me Shabbat, Shabbat geared to families with young children. If you are interested in coming, please contact Charlotte Versace by email. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Shelley. So we turn to closing song, Adon Olam, which can be found on page 321.
All right.
What melody are you going to take us away with?
Well, I wanted to do the call and response because I'm still just loving having people here. And so it's really weird to do a call and response when all you hear is your own voice on the backtrack. So this is a treat. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Be'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora, Adon Olam, Behu Haya, Behu Behu Yeh Betifara, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Behu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lehamshilo lahachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reishit, Beli Tachlit, Belo Haos V'Hamisra, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Vehu Eli, Vechai Goali, Vetzur Chevli Be'etzara, Adon Olam, Vehu Nisi, Umanosli, Menat Kosi Be'yom Ekra, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Beyado Afkid Ruchi, Be'et Dishan Be'ayira, Adon Olam, Ve'im Ruchi, Geviyati, Adonai li velo ira, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yetzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefto Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam.
Please rise for the benediction.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's presence shine upon us and be gracious to us.
Yis Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each one of us, and may God bring us shalom, peace, and wholeness.
Amen. Let's do a motzi.
There is challah for those of us in person in the lobby.
Yep. But those at home get it first
Yeah.
because they're already there.
Those
So
of you at
let's-
home, I hope you'll hold up your challah with us.
I think I heard some of them during Adon Olam.
You do?
So-
All right.
All right, here we go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'teavon and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.